Hello and welcome back to my craft room. I've decided it's time to have a bit more of a play with my Artful box for this quarter. Let me show you what we got in case you haven't seen. So we had a whole set of coloured pencils. At the moment I've arranged mine into these little let's just show you this. I've arranged them into these cute little rainbow pots that I got in Poundland for £1 each. I thought they were brilliant. So I've arranged those in a certain way. I'll tell you more about that in a sec. So it was a set of 36, I think it was, different coloured pencils, and you can get upgrades as well with more colours. And then we've got 3 drawing pencils. Oh, that's not a drawing pencil, that's a drawing pencil. That was the back. So we've got a 6B, an HB and a 6H. 6H is good for when you just want a light line, isn't it? But I don't tend to use them very much. I prefer a softer pencil. And then we also got a rubber and sharpener and a ruler and a sketch pad and the book, which I love. I suppose it's a magazine, but it feels like a book. Okay, so I love doing portraits. I'm not especially good at them, but I love doing them. And so that's what I want to have a go at today. And oh, that's part of the reason why I kept the boxes. So these beautiful portraits that are featured on the box, here we go, have been done by Jonathan Empson. And I love this. Love his effect. I love the way he uses unlikely colours in the faces. I really love that cat as well. I might have a go draw my cat sometime, but today I'm going to do faces. And we've got a glimpse into his sketchbooks here as well, which is really nice to see. Look at that, even the background, even the way he's done the background, I love it. With some of them, he's not added an awful lot of colour, you know, like that one, but with this one there's a lot more. Yeah, I love how he does the backgrounds. They're very expressive, aren't they? So he talks there about how he starts and finishes a portrait. Makes it sound really easy. Anyway, so I thought I would do kind of a self-portrait. I'm saying kind of because, yeah, I don't know how good a likeness I'm going to get. So I've done some preliminary sketches. That was my dragon eyes. And I took a whole lot of photos just on my phone, at sort of quite, you know, challenging angles, and yeah, I couldn't quite get it. This one I was looking, I think you can kind of see what I'm trying to get, but I've got a big forehead anyway, but the forehead was bigger because it was more towards the phone and I was looking up. But yeah, I don't know, I've quite managed to get that angle or a likeness, but I did enjoy it. Glasses are really difficult. I think these are the best ones I've got. So these are the ones I'm going to concentrate on today. So what I'm going to do, I know we were given this rubber in the set, but I just want to take a little bit of this off. Putty rubber's the best way of doing this, I think. Not coming off that well, actually. Sometimes it works better than others. I've got a really painful wrist. I don't know if you can see it there. It's gone down a little bit. Can you see that lump there? I've had that lump. Oh, that's beetroot. That's not dirty fingernails. That's beetroot. I've been peeling beetroot. Yeah, I had this lump there, that bit hard lump that came up. It's gone down a little bit, but at the same time it's going down a little bit, it's become extremely painful. I'm having a problem, gripping and twisting and pulling. It's a bit of a, yeah. I've looked it up and I think it's a ganglion cyst, so I'm going to ignore it for a while and hope it goes away by itself, but it's going to be annoying if it stops me doing my arty crafty stuff. Okay, so that's my sketches that I'm going to be working on. Probably what I should do is get the photo references up in front of me, so I will do that in a minute. Oh, I definitely need a coffee. And because I want to use the different unlikely colours that Jonathan's used there, I find it difficult sometimes to decide what is, when you're just looking at colours like that, which, you know, you want light, mid and dark tones, don't you? Which are light, mid and dark tones? When it's these colours, it's not always as obvious as you think. So what I did was, and I don't know if this makes any sense or if it's right or wrong, but it's working for me, I think. I swatched out all the colours again just on this bit of graph paper, just because it's what I had to hand, and I grouped them into what I thought were light tones, mid tones and dark tones. And then I took a photo on my phone, which I'm going to show you. So I took this photo of it on my phone, and then I went into edit. So I went into saturation and moved it right down so it's almost black and white. So it just helped me to see, I think the ones I've picked out as light tones work as light tones. Most of the mid tones I think are okay, but you can see quite clearly on what I thought was a dark tone, it's actually markedly lighter than the others, that blue at the top. So I've just used it as a little arrow where I've moved that over. So then this is probably a really stupid way of doing it, I don't know, but anyway, hopefully it works for me. So then I've actually separated my pencils here. So these were the ones that I identified as darker tones. Okay, so I've worked out what I've done. Some of my dark tones are here as well. So as not to confuse things, let's move those over there. Everything in here is dark tones, so all of these are my dark tones. And all of these are my mid tones. And here, these very few here are the lighter ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and the white, obviously. Okay. So I'm really hoping this system will help me to pick the right ones for my various areas of my face. So what I need to do now is get those photos up. Okay, so I've got my photo references ready. I think I'm just going to have a bit of a think about which colours to use. What Jonathan says he does is to give himself, or what he thinks is a good idea, is to use quite a limited palette of colours rather than use the whole pack. So I'm thinking I might just sort of pick colours that I like, just pick colours that I like. I feel like when I look at my face I can see pink and green, but I don't necessarily want to use pink and green. I'm just wondering about he also says just make sure the colours kind of work together in an abstract way before you start using them on a portrait. Maybe I'd just do whatever calls to me at the time and not think about it too hard. Quite like the idea of maybe going with these kind of pinkish tones with the teal and green colours maybe, and then spots of yellow as well. Do you know what, I'm just gonna wing it. Do we need my face up there in a way? We probably don't, do we? Should we get rid of my face? I think there's quite enough of my face going on around here. See you at the end. This is probably going to take me ages, so I'll be speeding it through and playing you a bit of music, and I'll come back at the end to have a look how it turned out. Wish me luck. I am very much going to need it. Right, so I'm just stopping part way through. How long have I been? So that's taken me about an hour. Hasn't felt like an hour. I'm sort of pleased with it. In the end, I just went for whatever colours shouted out to me at the time. And it's probably my combination of my favourite colours really in there, which is okay because it's a picture of me. So I'm not sure how much it looks like me. It's got a little bit of something of me because I can see glimpses of my mum and my granny in there, so must pick something up. But so I'm going to have a little break and then come back and do this one, and I'll speed these right up and play some music, so hopefully this video won't be too long for you. You can always speed me up, you know, even more. You can just find the little cog icon on the YouTube screen, and you can choose what speed you watch, and you can mute me as well, so you don't have to listen to my waffle either. I won't be offended. I won't even know, to be honest, will I? Right, okay, back in a tick. Okay, right, going in for the second one now. I'm going to see if I can be a bit bolder this time. It's definitely helping to have the pencils separated into mid dark light tones. So sort of running out of time now, and I don't want to get too I don't want to labour these too much. I don't think I've got very good likeness. There's maybe something a bit of me in there, but I've really enjoyed it. It's been quite liberating just using whatever colours. That's been the most fun part of it, just using whatever colours cool to me in the moment. And it definitely helped to have them split into light, mid and dark tones already, because I didn't have to think about it too much. I just went for whatever colour I fancied. I think one of the things that's made it difficult is that I just took the photos here at my desk with the light as it is, and it didn't give me sort of much in the way of kind of contrast and things. So I think I might find some more reference photos to use and have another go at this, perhaps with someone who isn't me. Perhaps that might make it easier. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with how they turned out. Need to practice more, and that's, you know, the same with anything, isn't it? So I'm gonna, how long have I been going for? So that's, oh, it was less than an hour this, so all together that's taken me a couple of hours to do them. So I will try and make this hopefully I can get it down to about 20 minutes. Definitely getting on better with these Artful coloured pencils now. Initially I had a problem where they kept breaking, so I've got some that are only like this long now. I don't know if it was just certain ones of them, because the white was the same. I wonder if just maybe a couple of them were broken in transit or something, but I certainly haven't found they keep breaking now. They've been absolutely fine. I've really enjoyed using them. So that's a bit of a mystery there. I might contact them and see. I'd be interested to know if they've had any other feedback like that. They came in a beautiful box. They came in this lovely box, so I mean, it seems unlikely they would have got a broken in transit. I don't know. Anyway, this time they've been absolutely fun, and I've really enjoyed using them. I'm also going to try them on some different papers as well, because this hasn't got too much of a tooth to it, this one. I think they might layer better on a paper with a little bit more of a tooth to it. Anyway, enough waffling on about that. I hope you enjoyed watching, and let me know how you're getting on with your Artful box if you got one. Sometimes I just can't stop myself talking. Thanks very much for joining me today, and I will see you again really soon. Oh.